The next day, the MC stepped out of his room, his eyes falling on the tied-up assassins surrounded by guards. He raised an eyebrow and remarked casually, "Are they still alive? I told you to keep them alive as long as they're talking." Cheon stepped forward with his usual calm.
"Yes, sir."
"They've been talking." Cheon continued, "The assassins were ordered to take you to the Crimson Dragon sect. Only the sect leader knows the identity of the escaped one." The MC didn't respond right away, his expression unreadable.
Inside, his thoughts churned.
This guy isn't some ordinary unorthodox martial artist. A regular bodyguard couldn't have handled him. Cheon's strength was unexpected. His gaze sharpened. Still, it's too obvious for the Zhongli clan to be behind this directly. "We're going back to the Golden Wall merchant's estate," the MC said finally. Then, without missing a beat, he added, "Bring them along."
Cheon gave a curt nod. "Yes, sir."
At the Golden Wall merchant's estate, the MC looked at the assassins tied up in front of him. "I'll be casting a restriction on them," he said, his tone matter of fact. Then he turned to Cheon and Seoyin, who stood nearby. "You two, starting today, I'll be teaching you some useful martial arts. Pay close attention and learn them well." Cheon and Seoyin exchanged glances, both caught off guard. "He's teaching us martial arts?" they thought, their surprise evident. "This is a simple restriction technique," the MC began. "I'll start with this one." He explained the steps methodically. First, infuse your inner energy and stop its function. Control over your inner energy is the key here, so practice it well. As he spoke, both Cheon and Seoyin listened intently.
"What is this?" they wondered.
"I've never seen this restriction technique before, but I can already understand it." The MC's piercing gaze fell on them. "Now both of you try it." They began practicing, and the room was soon filled with the agonized screams of the assassins. Time stretched on until the tied-up men looked lifeless, completely drained from the torment. The MC, unfazed, said, "Let's try a different restriction on the remaining two." "Yes, sir," the two replied, though Seoyin couldn't hide her inner turmoil. How does Sir Tae-san know these techniques? And why does Cheon follow his every word so obediently? With a faint smirk, the MC declared, "Oh, let's go with this testicle-breaking restriction." The assassins froze, their terror palpable. Their screams echoed in unison, filled with pure agony. Meanwhile, at the Joso Pavilion, Pavilion Master Wu Heng sat calmly, addressing his son. "The fragrant flower house still hasn't acknowledged anything?" Sangil, standing by his father, nodded. "Yes, but if we keep this up, we'll find an opening eventually."
Wu Heng's tone hardened.
"It doesn't matter if they acknowledge it or not. We'll use this incident to get as much as we can for the Golden Wall merchants." He leaned back slightly, adding, "The fragrant flower house may act like a courtesan house, but it's an intelligence organization. This is our chance to bring them under the Golden Wall merchants' control." "I'll keep that in mind," Sangil assured him.
"Any other news?" Wu Heng asked.
Sangil hesitated briefly. After the Crimson Dragon sect leader's death, a power struggle has begun. It looks like the sect will split into two factions soon. There also seem to be external influences involved. Wu Heng's eyes narrowed.
"Could it be them?"
Sangil
nodded grimly.
"Yes, the Golden Heavenly Alliance." The Golden Heavenly Alliance, the narration added, was a group of merchants from Wuhan, formed to oppose the Golden Wall merchants. "If we notice any suspicious movements, we'll take immediate action," Sangil promised. Wu Heng nodded, then asked, "Have you heard people calling Tae-san the Night King lately? Do you know if he's consuming anything special? Medicines, food, anything?" Sangil shook his head.
"No, sir.
"I think he just has natural stamina, though it's likely taking a toll on his health.
It could shorten his life."
Wu Heng's expression remained neutral, but inwardly he thought, even so,
"I can't help but envy him."
Back at the Golden Wall estate, Soso examined the trembling assassins and asked, "What on earth happened?" The MC replied nonchalantly, "You said you needed some workers, so I brought them back." Soso frowned at the group. "They look a little strange." Her thoughts betrayed her surprise. "He actually remembered what I said in passing and brought these fierce-looking workers. I feel like he is became kind." The MC began naming them with a smirk.
"You black one. You black two.
And you black three, because you all come from a dark place." The assassins couldn't hold back.
"What?"
The MC's expression darkened instantly.
"What?"
"You're not happy with it." Terrified, the assassins dropped to their knees, slamming their heads to the ground. "We adore the name very much," they cried in unison. As the MC walked away, He asked casually, "Did you hear that? Use them however you want.
By the way, where's Cheon?
I haven't seen him anywhere." So answered, "At this time of day, he should be training." The MC chuckled faintly. He's training again? Living such a stupidly honest life for a mere corps member. At the training hall, Cheon was deep in thought. In the fight against the Crimson Dragon sect leader, all he did was lightly strike the man's chin with his palm. I've never seen that martial art before. How did he do it? He sighed inwardly. I've never regretted joining the Sword Dragon Corps. I'll always be paid handsomely, but when I stop growing stronger, I feel restless. His mind drifted to the MC walking past the trainees. He's someone who can help me achieve my new realizations. The sun is about to set. How long do you intend to train for? The MC's voice jolted Cheon from his thoughts.
Cheon turned quickly, startled. You're here, sir. The MC smirked.
Let's go to the courtesan house. Cheon hesitated but finally spoke. I have a question to ask. The MC tilted his head. What is it? Cheon's expression hardened. Have you decided you won't hide anymore? The MC's smile faded. Hide what?
Cheon hesitated.
All the kills, and now the restriction technique. The MC froze, his eyes widening as thoughts raced through his mind. Did he figure it out? Does he know I'm the heavenly demon? I thought he was just a musclehead. Did I let my guard down too much? His face darkened as his thoughts turned colder. I was starting to like him a little, but in the end, with a terrifying expression, he thought, do I have no choice but to kill him? Suddenly, Cheon knelt before the MC and pleaded, please help me, sir. The MC looked at Cheon in confusion, his expression unreadable. Cheon continued, I've heard that many people with severed meridians turn out to be geniuses. You have severed meridians, don't you? Please take me in as your disciple. The MC's thoughts raced in bewilderment. Does he think I'm a martial arts master who's been hiding my capabilities? Cheon, his expression turning menacing, added with conviction, I want to get stronger to get revenge. The MC asks, revenge? Cheon replies, yes, on the one who destroyed my sect. The MC says firmly, don't let revenge become the motivation for your actions. There are countless people who have lost their sections. You are just one of the many. Cheon looks down in disappointment, his fists clenched. The MC continues, those who use their personal emotions as their motivation don't last long. Such people end up falling off and disappearing once their feelings subside. The MC then looks directly at Cheon and says, instead, have the pure desire to become stronger. Cheon looks up at the MC, his expression filled with confusion. While walking away, the MC says, in that case, you'll be able to take your revenge whenever you want. Listening to this, Cheon bows deeply and responds, yes, sir. The scene transitions to a bridge under the night sky. Cheon and Seoyeon follow closely behind the MC. Suddenly, Seoyeon stops in her tracks. Without looking back, the MC speaks, don't act clueless. Go and talk to her or something. Cheon, looking nervous, stammers, what? The MC replies bluntly, don't feign ignorance.
Cheon hesitates, his voice shaky.
Well, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, Seoyeon sighs and thinks inwardly, I can't believe we're doing this every day. What does our young miss even see in him? Suddenly, the MC stops and says sharply, wait. There's a scent of blood. The guards respond, we don't smell anything though. The MC sighs and asks, do you guys only sense things with your noses? After focusing for a moment, the MC thinks, it looks like the guy who got his arm cut off, and there's another presence as well. He then orders, there are two of them. Go and kill one of them first. Cheon immediately moves to confront the enemy, while Seoyeon lingers behind. I didn't even sense any other presence at that time, she thinks. Suddenly, a dagger flies past her, narrowly missing. Seoyeon is stunned, frozen in shock. The MC catches the dagger effortlessly between his fingers and says coldly, if you keep standing around in a daze, you'll die. Seoyeon looks at the MC, her face filled with shock. The MC scolds her sharply, stop staring at me. That person is over there. Get your act together and do your best. The leader assassin suddenly jumps toward Seoyeon, swinging his sword. Seoyeon reacts quickly, blocking the attack with her weapon. The leader assassin mocks her with a grin, saying, you're way weaker than the one I fought previously. Seoyeon frowns, anger flashing across her face, and shouts, stop right there. But as she steps forward, her foot triggers a trap. Realizing too late, Seoyin freezes as the area beneath her begins to explode. The assassin leader charges toward the MC, his movements swift and calculated. Seoyin suddenly realizes he was trying to create an opening from the start. At this rate, Tae-san will get killed. The scene shifts to the MC, appearing to be pierced by the assassin leader's sword. However, the MC grins and speaks calmly. Seriously, at times like this, you can tell who's inexperienced right away. The assassin, shocked, shouts, What's happening?" The panel reveals the MC holding the assassin's sword tightly under his arm. With swift precision, the MC chops the assassin's neck. Blood spurts from the assassin's mouth. As the assassin collapses, coughing violently, Seoyin looks on in shock, thinking impossible. He defeated him in one strike? The MC scolds her sharply, "Get yourself together. Stop going into a daze while fighting." Seoyin quickly apologizes, "I'm sorry." The MC then orders, "Take him with us. We'll definitely find something on him later." Seoyin watches the lifeless body and wonders, he died instantly. All young Master Tae-san did was strike him with his hand. It seems I've met someone who will change my life. I need to stay by his side and figure out what technique he used. Under the moonlight, the MC speaks sharply to Seoyin, based on your actions just now, you're too weak to protect me." Seoyin, startled, responds, "Pardon." The MC continues, "I want you to train together with Cheon from now on." Seoyin realizes, now that you mention it, warrior Cheon. The MC cuts her off, saying, "He'll take care of himself. You can go and fetch him if you like." The scene shifts to Cheon, standing in front of his defeated opponent. Cheon wipes his blade and thinks, he was a tougher opponent than I expected. Even so, I'm glad I defeated him quickly. He looks around and mutters, Where did the two of them go? The scene shifts to the Joseo pavilion. Inside, Wu Heng speaks with a frustrated tone, "Wait, they brought corpses to a courtesan house?" Sangil nods, "Yes, and as a result, many people now know about them. You wanted to quietly absorb the fragrant flower house, but things have gotten very complicated." Sangil continues, "They're still trying to feign ignorance and deny that they know the identity of their client." Wu Heng replies, "It's probably because they can't admit they were trying to avenge their sect leader who was killed." He adds sternly, "We cannot let this incident remain unresolved. There are way too many eyes on this right now." His tone grows serious as he concludes, "At this rate, it will negatively impact the reputation of the Golden Wall." Sangil responds, "Understood. We'll do everything we can." Wu Heng says, "We've left Tae-san unattended too much recently. I heard he's gotten much healthier." Sangil comments, "To think he became much healthier even after using so much vitality. Is he eating some elixirs?" Wu Heng replies, "Well, we'll have to wait and see." The scene shifts to a dining table where the MC sits with his guards and others, sharing a meal. The MC asks, "You're not eating?" Cheon responds, "Oh, how can we eat together when you?" The MC interrupts, "You're my people, so isn't it natural for you to eat with me?" He grabs a steamed bun and adds, "Well, starting today, you'll sit and eat with me from now on." Soso leans in and whispers in the MC's ear, "Master, I heard the Dubhi divine physician arrived today." The MC asks, "Who's that?" Soso continues, "That famous physician who's said to be able to fix severed meridians." The MC replies with a smirk, "I'll recover my illness just from going to courtesan houses." Soso asks in disbelief, "How can that be possible? It's not like you recover yang energy by stealing yin." The MC responds thoughtfully, I guess it's something similar. So, when exactly is the person coming?" Soso replies, "I heard he arrived in Wuhan, so he should be here soon." The scene changes to an individual wearing traditional attire and a wide-brimmed hat, holding a staff and smiling confidently. With a hint of sarcasm, he comments, "Golden Wall Merchant Guild. What a grand name." The MC glanced at the assassins and spoke, "Anyway, I heard that Black One has been much help recently?" Black One replied nervously, "Not at all, sir. All I did was watch over the storage." The MC shifted his gaze. Then Black 2 and Black 3, "Work harder." Both responded quickly, "Yes, sir." One of them added hesitantly, "Although, sir, you've really become more handsome recently. I feel like you've grown taller, more muscular, and your skin has become smoother." The MC cut him off sharply. "Shut up. That sounds gross." The MC thought to himself, "I don't look as pale as before. I've definitely gotten better. Is this also an effect of the soul-augmenting demonic art?" Whatever the case, I must gather more souls. At the Golden Wall Merchant Manor entrance, the divine physician arrived with confidence. Mujin greeted him respectfully. I have been waiting, divine physician. It is an honor to meet you.
The physician smiled. Haha, this is simply fate.
I'd like to see the patient first. Could you bring me to him? Mujin nodded, observing him. He looks much younger than I'd heard. Inside the manor, the physician admired the surroundings. This manor is truly impressive.
Mujin chuckled.
The manor master put a lot of effort into building this place. It's one of the top 3 pavilions within the Golden Wall Manor. The physician noticed Danyang and asked, who is she? Mujin explained, she's the second young master's servant. She came from a courtesan house requesting to serve him. The physician's eyes shifted to more women nearby. Are those women the same? Mujin replied, yes, they are new servants who recently asked to serve the young master. The physician observed closely and said, they have extremely rare body constitutions. I want them for myself.
Mujin thought to himself, he wants them?
I never knew the divine physician was so lustful. With a nervous laugh, Mujin said, haha, since they're all so beautiful, I understand your feelings. The physician clarified, I'm referring to their pure physical form. That's the term my master used for such rare body constitutions. He continued, their bodies are like pure snow and can bloom incredibly no matter what they learn. If it's all right, may I take them as my disciples? Mujin asked, your disciples? The physician smiled cunningly.
Yes.
If you allow it, I'll never forget how you've helped me. Inwardly, he thought, no matter how beautiful they are, unless he's a fool, he won't miss this chance to build a relationship with me. The scene shifted to the MC and the divine physician sitting together for tea. I reject, the MC said bluntly.
The physician looked startled. What?
Shouldn't you give this a bit more thought? This would be a good opportunity for your servants too.
The MC remained calm.
You already have more than 10 disciples. You're too greedy. The physician explained, the people who came with me aren't my disciples. They're just here to assist with my work. The MC interrupted him coldly. Those old men around you, they must either be your disciples or subordinates. You're older than you look, aren't you? The physician tried to regain control of the conversation. An opportunity to learn my medical techniques doesn't come by easily.
The MC's tone turned colder.
Why would they need to learn your medical techniques? The real issue is, you're after what's mine. The MC's gaze darkened. You're not taking them to teach medical techniques. They're good materials, aren't they? The physician froze, thinking, he crossed the line.
Materials?
How could you use humans as materials? The physician asked.
The MC smirked.
When did I say to use humans as materials? I just asked if they're good materials. Realizing the MC knew everything, the physician thought grimly, he has severed meridians anyway.
Should I just kill him?
If I claim he died during the treatment process, they'll let it go quietly. Suddenly, a water droplet shot through the air, piercing the physician's hat. Cold sweat dripped down his face as he realized he narrowly avoided death. The MC's voice cut through the tension like a blade. Do I look like an easy target to you? I guess killing you here would be the best option, wouldn't it? The physician trembled and shouted, well, what do you think you're doing? The MC replied coldly, they're people I've taken under my wing, so it would be too troublesome to have others constantly appearing and trying to take them away from me. With an icy glare, he added, I just want to live a quiet life, you know? But I do need someone to handle any troublesome affairs.
The physician's fear deepened. This fear. I've felt it before.
I think I've come to a place I shouldn't have. Later outside, Mujin asked the physician, you want to work for the Golden Wall Manor? The physician replied, yes, I wish to work for Master Taesan.
Mujin smiled. That's great.
The Golden Wall won't disappoint you with what we offer.
The physician responded calmly, it's fine.
I trust Master Taesan will know what to do. Behind him, his followers exchanged confused glances. The physician thought bitterly, treating him would take more than 1 or 2 months. I'll have to use everything I have. Recalling the earlier incident, he shuddered. But that wasn't any ordinary bloodlust. The only good thing is I didn't wet my pants. Cheon approached the MC cautiously.
Is it all right?
I've already placed restrictions on all the other physicians, but I haven't done so for the divine physician. The MC replied indifferently, I already did it. Besides, you wouldn't have been able to. Cheon looked confused. Then why did you ask me to do it for the others? The MC answered with irritation, Do you know how tiring it is for me to use my strength? Besides, they aren't just ordinary physicians.
Cheon turned to the physician.
Are you coming with us? The physician replied enthusiastically, it is my duty to take care of Master Tae-san at all times. Who else would tag along other than me? Seoyin hesitated before speaking. But, is it alright for you to visit the courtesan house every day? Not only does Master go every day, but he's busy throughout the night.
The physician froze. What?
He was busy throughout the night? He panicked internally. He should be on the brink of death by now. Gathering himself, he nervously asked the MC, May I take your pulse first? The MC replied nonchalantly, be quick if you're going to do it. The physician cautiously approached, checking the MC's pulse. As he assessed, his face twisted in shock. This doesn't make any sense. His voice trembled as he asked, are you really a living person? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.